Hello race fans, Racing at 393, and as you can see here we've got an Automobilista 2. Now they've just got a new update which has come out, and it's been ranting on about on the web for days now, and the build up, and those that were lucky enough to get the pre-release to give it a go, us mortals have to wait until the official release. I think it came out yesterday at some point. I have tried it out briefly, but not properly. But the biggest change in this game, on this release, which is, I've got some notes here, so I don't misinterpret anything. So this is version 1.5.3.2. And what I'm going to try and do here is exploit what they've been ranting on about. And quite rightly so. It's to do with the AI. I am not fussed with online at all. Never have been. I've done it and I enjoy it, but I couldn't give two hoots about it, to be honest. I want an offline, proper racing simulator. You can, whether this is or isn't, we'll find out. But we're going to set this up. I'm only really going to film the race, which I'll go into in a minute, but all the rest of it, I'll film it, but I won't have it in the video. It'll be too long. I've just got my OBS running at the moment, and hopefully I've got enough space on the PC. I'll just let it run through, and I'll edit out all the bits and pieces that are just boring. So I'll do my own practice, qualifying, and then the race. And if I add some of that in, it's only because maybe I was talking to you about something. Now, what this is, now I'm going to try this from a complete race perspective. I've got lots of race experience, so it's going to be interesting to see whether this mimics real life. So what we're going to try to do is the British Formula 3 Championship, one of the rounds. I've quickly looked up the spec and sort of race duration, etc. So we're going to set this up. Now, one of the tracks they race at is, let me look down here a minute. Alton Park, Alton Park, I think it was. I was going to look at Alton Park. Let's have a look. Classic. So it was Alton Park, Ireland, from memory. So we're going to use this layout, which gets rid of that last little loop bit here. We've got the chicanes in there and things through. That chicane there is Knickerbrook or something. Is that called that? Without that, this track was ferocious. It still is quick. So we're going to have that, and the car we're going to use. Let me just look down here a minute. I've put it in on here. So it is the F3. Now this isn't true to real life, and we can pick any one of these. One's got slightly longer wheelbase than the other. It's obviously missing the halo, which is good, I suppose, for my perspective. But the cars of this year, 2023, would have had the halo as far as a generic look. But the rest of it looks pretty good. So I'm just gonna pick that one. As far as liveries, I'm not too bothered. They're not. I wish Reza would do some proper race liveries. I know they do. They're just, in my opinion, not good enough. That sort of resembles my colour schemes, sort of. Now the thing I want to look up here is the spec of the car. Now, does it got the weight? So the weight of this car is 560 kilograms. The British version, it was 598, so heavier. This year it was 608, so it's a lot lighter. What was it? The horsepower, is that what I'm looking at there? So 260 brake horse. That's not far off. This has got, well, 250, so slightly more. So it's lighter, more power. Has it got like the maximum RPM? No. Torque? No. It's irrelevant. Okay, so 5-speed sequential. So I'm going to use my sequential shift on there. I might have to map that. Opponent settings. Now I've just counted. I don't know if my PC will take this many. I've counted 29 cars on the grid. We've got 29 liveries. So and we can only go up to 27. So I'm just going to come down a little bit because of the computer's going to struggle otherwise. The aggression, I'm going to put down to medium because what I find, I don't know. I mean, I had it on high before, but the medium, I just want to be able to race and not end up stacked up. 95% opponent skill level. For the most part, puts me round about in the top 10. On a very good lap, I can probably get in top 3. So I want something that gives me some challenge, but not like super difficult or super hard. So the most important thing here is the duration time. So in the UK, they do about a 20-minute race. So that's what we're going to do. In theory, that should give you about 13 laps, according to this, according to the results. So we don't want a time plus a lap. Current date. Because of the weather at the moment, I'm just going to change it to a dry weather slot. I don't need to mimic real life at the moment. So it's a standing start. We don't need refueling. There's no pit stops. Scheduled full course yellow off. Default progressing, we'll save that. I think that's everything. Track limit warnings are usually what you get is like three warning flags and then a black flag. So in theory, if I put 3, that should cover that. When you get a black flag, you have to drive a drive-through penalty, basically. Or I don't know if they'll stop the car, but we'll put that on. And pit exit penalties, I believe that's still the case. So keep that on. Full course yellows, yes. That's something else that the game has introduced and improved. And a pit limit of, we'll do 70 kph through the pits. So that's that. The practice and qualifying I'm going to do, but I'm going to do that on my own because I want to set my wheel up and do it all properly. And we're going to give this a go to see whether a 20-minute race works. So straight out of the box, I haven't changed anything. The car doesn't feel particularly it's got a lot of grip. So we're going to probably have to do some
track limits,
some adjustments. Tyres are not nowhere near warm enough yet, especially the back. Can't get on the power. It's that rear end and a bit of front as well. Go on there. No grip. Track is green.
Good lap. That's your quickest today. That was a 140.71.
think that was my fault. I just touched the curb. So we've done a few changes with the setup. Basic tyre pressures, brake pressure, downforce. That's about it at the moment. So I'm going to go out again. Only got about 15 minutes left. I'm going to see how we go. So the end of practice. It doesn't really make sense. The gap from the lead is 16 seconds, but I'm like nearly 9 seconds slower than 24. Yet when I was going round, I was keeping up with the cars. So something's not right there with the timing. So you know, we'll see what happens in qualifying, really. So let me. The car's handling all right. So let me sort that out, do a bit of qualifying, and I'll come back. So the track is rubbering up now a little bit.
The leader has just done a 130.42. There's traffic behind. Take care rejoining. The leader has just done a 130.04.
Got a bit of qualifying. I mean, I have crashed already. Coming out here. But need to warm the tyres up first. The AI brake really early in that chicane. And then you can't get them on the exit. You can see the track rubbering in. The car is still very twitchy.
Your front tyres are cold.
So after a bit of practice, got 10 minutes left, well, qualifying and 10 minutes left. We're getting closer to the back of the grid. I seem quicker when I'm out there, but when you get a lap time down, it's really slow. So we'll do a couple more changes. I'll go out and I'll come back and we'll go through the results, well, the qualifying results. So that's the end of qualifying. My last lap I spun, but I was 1.3 seconds faster and I spun. So based on that alone, that's a 36.1, sort of 37. I'm going to be here somewhere, aren't I? I probably would have been about 19th, but I'm not, so it doesn't matter. Right, so we'll try and leave it running now, the recording. We only got like 15 seconds left to the end of that practice session, qualifying session even. Get it right in a minute, eh? And then we'll be on the grid. Oh, 20 minutes.
B25. Go.
Roll it back. Not good. Brakes are cold. All very orderly at the moment. Big crash down there. What's going on? No yellow flags. Still there, but come on. Wide, come on. Cold at the moment. I'm being harassed. advertising hoarding out the track. Where's the pace car? Why did that come out?
P23.
Don't seem to have a lot of grip. God, come on. Doesn't want to turn in. Don't know what gear I'm in now. Okay. Very slow round here. Is it matching the pace of me? Adaptive AI? So far, so good. I've got no grip on the front at all. No, none. Don't know why that is. There's two coming past.
P24. Come on, Dean. Don't panic. We'll get him back. Have it, nice one.
Have it, nice one. Wow. There's not a lot of talking, I do apologise. The AI lines are not right there, are they? No front end grip whatsoever.
P23.
Keep going wide on T1. I don't know if it feels like I'm going as quick as what I am. No, they all check up here.
Well done, Dean. Great move. Keep it up.
Don't know where he is. Oh my life, up nearly. Grip, come on. It feels like I'm on ice. Everything's hot. so good.
22nd place.
It just feels like the car is on ice.
Don't let this guy distract you.
Nearly. Where is he? There. Check up the braking. So we've got to be really careful here. They hit the bump here. So the AI wants sorting out there. No, grip, come on! The tyres are lovely and hot. The AI is pretty good though. My grip ain't. Come on. Yeah, the AI. Very impressed. He's still there. Like I'm driving offline all the time. Ready for the jumping cars? Moment the AI setting seems to work, but not in the other two, racing, qualifying or practice. But I have to say, they race clean when they're close, which is good. Right alongside me now. To leave room there. You can hear the car like it's offline. A bit slow into that hairpin. Drive two hands. So far, it's very enjoyable, even if there are a few niggling problems. race car before now. It doesn't feel like this. As in, it feels quite evasive. Someone there. He's still there. Place gained. My life. Oh well.
Ah, Dean, your suspension's completely knackered. There's nothing we can do there.
Well, like I said, it just felt like the car wasn't there. That was a weird thing. Although it was extremely good fun. So while this is just running here, they could do with some race liveries. That's good, but it doesn't feel quite right. I was wide. Was that me? Which one was me? Oh, the one in front. So I was wide there. I'm on the rumbles, and it just went. I'm trying to turn. That's not going to work, is it? So a bit of driver error, and you can feel the difference between the track and the rumble. And I think I had my brakes on here, but it wouldn't stop until it hit that wall. And it's obviously damaged the car, so that would have been race over. So just have a quick look at this again. I'm offline there a little bit. I should have been tighter. The other car, though, was sort of on the grass here almost. I was moving across. You can see where the AI had to move over a little bit to avoid contact. He didn't spin. I'm already on a drift there, so the traction's already going, but I've still got to turn right, and the car's going left. There's no contact with the car behind, and it's just gone off. So it's quite realistic in that respect. I would expect that to happen. I just feel there's not quite enough grip on the actual car, comparing it to the other two sessions. Practice, you can feel the track was quite green, and in qualifying you can see the rubber going down, and when you're on that race line the car grips. It feels grippy, and when you come off of that line you can feel the kind of the marbles. You can hear that as well through the sound. In my opinion, that was done really well. The timings were way out. I was not lapping any different, yet I was like, whatever it was, 5 seconds off in the practice, and in qualifying like a second, although I would have been about 19th had I completed a lap without spinning. And in the race, I was keeping up with the AI, very raceable, but the grip on the track had changed. I don't know whether it's going to be temperature specific, or what's it trying to simulate. There would have been more rubber going down, so it would have been grippier or as the same, but it felt loose. And the more I thought about it, the more I was going wrong. I thought, I can't really feel when I'm turning in. I didn't really feel the front end. I don't know whether the setup had gone back to zero. I'll have to check that. I think I did read something about the setups messing around, but I didn't check it on that point. Clearly I finished last, but you know, one of my lap times is 1:41.0. You know, it's comparable with about 19th. I mean, the lap times during the race there are more representative of perhaps what a grid of these would be. So what I think, my conclusions are, the AI has changed immensely. It's definitely much better. They've tweaked force feedback. They've tweaked the grip on these cars. I don't know. When you really get a game and you get in these like revisions each quarter or whatever it is, a month, what it should be, or every 6 months, it doesn't really matter. There's such a lot in there, and you think when you compare other iterations, like updates previously, it's all very similar. It seems like you alter one thing and it changes something else. So you alter that and it changes back that one, and you alter that and it goes back to changing what you changed 3 revisions ago. So you're constantly chasing this never-ending cycle of adjustment, and it never really hits the spot. I don't know. I'm comparing it to real life. Now, rightly or wrongly, simulating racing on a computer or whatever is not real life. But I'm trying to get in my head as close as possible of what I think it should feel like. It's still very, very good. I think the main improvement there we can conclude that is from revision 1.5.3.2. There's going to be another revision, I think, but I don't think it's going to change too much. The AI, 100% better. It's much, much, much better. I think the timings are out from the lap timings. Maybe someone can explain that. I don't know. Clearly, these are not British F3 cars. Like a generic Reza car. It would be nice for them to do proper liveries. It would be nice for them to do a revision on this car. I don't know, maybe have it so that a racing slick tyre does work similarly to what the car felt like. Online when you're on the grip, it feels really good. You can lead on. I'm comparing it to various different, slick race cars, stroke karts. Is good. You go offline, and you can feel that. Whoa, shit! It's gone, and whoa. But it just didn't feel like you had the grip, even though the tyres were green, meaning they're warm. The brakes were green, so they were heated up. Just in my opinion, it's just not enough grip. Now, these don't grip like they're on rails, an F3 car. They don't do that. Very similar, because these use as typically in the UK with these F3 cars, you can see them move around on the corners. They twitch, but it felt disconnected in the race. Qualifying and practice, it felt better, and you could definitely tell the green track to a more rubbered in track. To the race, where the track was at its most rubbered at the beginning, it didn't feel like that. The AI was good throughout, but the timings changed dramatically from practice to qualifying to race. This is more representative of what perhaps it should be. I felt no different in the other two. Maybe I might have been a little bit quicker, maybe, but I was like a second off or more. We can see that the times it's good. So I think overall they've done a really good job. There's still improvements to do with the car, like I've said. And they need to sort out perhaps, well, on top of what I said, liveries, And that's it. I think to conclude, well done, Reza, on the AI. I think the car does feel a lot better, generally speaking, but there's too much disparity between practice, quali, and race for it to feel the same, or a progressive getting better. It just didn't feel that way to me. So, and the AI lines on this track with these cars, at that particular chicane, what's that called? I can't remember what that particular chicane is called now. It's near Knickerbrook. It might even be called the Knickerbrook chicane. I don't know. But the lines through there, the cars are just clipping that inside curb. So if anyone from Reza sees this, they might know about it anyway. So yeah. So there you go. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you think about the game. Appreciate you watching. Thanks for that. And I shall see you next time very soon. Bye for now.